here, Ross Sylvan Bell coming to you live from Honolulu, Oahu. It is December 29th, 2015. That's right, December, 85 degrees, 5:15 in the afternoon. We're talking about the ABC formula for sales, and we are on ABW, right? W. And that is always be willing to take the lead, always be willing to help out. Now, back in the day, when I first got started, I did on in-home sales. And you know, the office would call up and they'd say like, hey Scott, we can't get a hold of anybody else. Are you willing to take the lead? And I'm like, let me think about this for a second. Do I want to go make money? I'm like, is there a faster word than yes? You know, put me in, coach, I want to play, I'll go take the lead. And what would happen was, you know, I would never complain about the calls that they sent me on, even if they were bad, and I would never complain, you know, what time they sent me or where they sent me. I was just willing to go. I was willing to go talk to anybody. I didn't care where it was. I didn't care their name. I was just like, is there a decision maker? That's the only thing I care about. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about, you know, people, I mean, I do care about the people, but what I'm saying is I didn't get caught up in like all the things that salespeople typically get caught up in. And that was like, you know, who is the person? What's their last name? Where do they live? My question was, am I meeting with a decision maker, right? So always be willing to take the appointment. Always be willing to take the appointment. And my favorite thing was when they call and they're like, hey Scott, we got somebody who only wants to meet at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Are you willing to do it? And I'm like, all right, 5 o'clock in the morning, that means that person's willing to do business. And like early appointments were always the most awesome doing in-home sales because that meant that person was busy. And especially if it was like on a Saturday later on in the day, you know, for me, I was kind of like, I don't want to take it, but it's money, I'll take it. Am I meeting with a decision maker? Yeah, I'll take it. So, you know, the thing is always be willing to do the work. Now, sometimes it took more effort on my part when somebody had a question I didn't know the answer to. I'd have to do research. I'd have to be willing to do the research. I would have to be willing to meet with that person off-site and make multiple appointments. You know, my thing is you can't outwork me. You can only underbid me. So I would outwork my competition consistently and do harder work than them. So I'm impressed upon, you know, not like, hey Scott, I'm so great, look at me. I'm pressing upon you, I was gonna say me, upon you that, you know, sometimes it takes harder work and effort than what most people are willing to do. And that's a good thing for you because most people give up, right? It was always my favorite thing when like the people would say like, Scott, you know, you would not give up. You kept calling, you kept setting appointments, you kept coming back. And you know, that told us that you weren't gonna give up on us when, you know, times got tough or when we had a problem, that you know, we could rely upon you. And so like in the mind of the buyer, they're like, oh, that's reliability. But like not crazy, like, you know, not getting the hint when people are like, yeah, I'm not gonna ever move forward. I'm not gonna keep calling somebody at that point. You gotta make smart decisions, okay? So ABW, always be willing to take the call, always be willing to take the appointment, always be willing to make the sale and do harder work than anybody else, okay? Now if you could do a small favor for me in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story, that'd be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there is a subscribe button. You know what you gotta do, be willing to subscribe. And then send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn. Scott Sylvan Bell. Only Scott Bell will summon. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.